Hey, hey.
That was my theme song when we was in we was about to hit 3-star.
Hey, hey.
Is a delay on this one? It's a super delay on this one.
You just now ready.
Right. Welcome, 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 welcome. I like What's the Word Wednesday. I get water.
Get water.
What's the Word Wednesday? You get water. That's a lot of W's.
Hey, speaking of water, shout out to Roger Leonard, who couldn't be with us today because he's dehydrated. So this water's for you, Roger.
Oh man, Roger's good though. He's healthy. He's out of the hospital, but that was funny as all the way. Oh man.
Yeah. We work hard, we play hard. He took that serious. You gotta drink water, Roger.
Oh man.
No more status there.
Right, that thing was ready, yeah.
Hey, Reg, I'm jacking that joint tomorrow. Watch me.
Like, I want to get it. Do they see this or do they see this? That's fun. Like, do they see what we're doing right now or do they see that?
I think it's whatever they have.
Okay.
What's up, y'all? Mickey, we see you.
Look, Marquette jacket from Reggie. Look, Roger, the back side.
Yeah.
Here you go, Rob.
Well, you need to go straight from the hospital and holler at Zoe. Get some of that good water. This ain't Zoe water, so we ain't gonna advertise for this one.
Right. Oh, they can really hear it. Oh, duh. How many viewers we got, man? 14? Let's get some more viewers. Bring the viewers up. Go tell a friend. Go tell a team member.
Work hard, play hard.
Erica, what's happening? Dante, what's happening? Mickey, Cherie, what's happening? Marquette, what's going on?
Hey. Hey, Roger, you're gonna have to participate from wherever you at. Put your comments in. Drop your nuggets in the box.
You're not late, Craig. You right on time, bro. Kiwan, you on vacation, huh? That's good. We work on our vacations. We're in the travel business.
Kiwan's talking about making it quick. Now it's about to be 35, 45 minutes.
We're waiting on him.
That's it. Welcome, guys, to another episode of What's the Word Wednesdays. I am Eric Clifton, and we have with us today none other than you all's 3-star, Mr. Preston Scott himself. And today we're going to be talking about travel parties, launch parties, private business receptions. I mean, they're kind of all in the same, but they're a little bit different. So we're going to break that stuff down. We'll go over inviting, what to do, what not to do, what you probably should say, what you probably shouldn't say. There's no science to it. We're just going to say what we do, and it's been working for us, so it can work for you. Any opening words?
What's going on? How's everybody doing? I'm excited, man. Travel parties, the engine of what we do.
Absolutely.
And this is tried and true. You know, this is something, you know, a lot of folks try to reinvent the wheel. Home events, period, have been a part of our profession since its inception, you know, over 60 years. So let's dive right into it then, Mr. Clifton.
Absolutely, absolutely. So first, I think the first thing we need to be thinking about is preparing for the travel party, right? How do you properly prepare for the travel party or business reception or whichever one it is you're doing? Let me say this for you travel agents that are looking at this and you're thinking, well, I don't need to do a travel party. Yes, you do, right? This is really especially for you because if nobody knows you're a travel agent and nobody knows what packages you have to offer, except you know, onesie, twosies, talk to a person here, talk to them there. You want to launch your business as well by getting people together in a group. So first we're talking about preparing. The first thing you need is a daggone date. Pick a date, right? Do it the same way you would if you were scheduling a birthday party for someone. So when I say that, I mean pick a date with the thought process in mind that I'm not changing or canceling my date. Because if my birthday is the 15th and I'm throwing the party that weekend, that's just going to be the day I throw the party. We're not rescheduling because I don't think you're going to show up. So pick that date. Anything on preparing?
Pick a date that works for you.
Absolutely.
That's important. Don't try to think about who can and cannot make that date. The most important person at your event is you. So make sure that you have your schedule done properly and pick a date that works well. And like Mr. Clifton said, the worst thing you can do is cancel that event. A lot of people will prepare, and because of fear that's associated with what they believe could be failure, which is somebody not showing up, then they're already having in mind if they don't get a certain amount of responses that they're going to cancel that. Never cancel an event. Can we say that again together? Never cancel an event. Please.
Don't do it.
Another thing you want to do in preparation is you want to make your list, right? Because you're going to be inviting from that list. We ask everybody to start out with 24 names within your first 24 hours of putting that list together. We want to show you how to expand that list from 24 to maybe even 2,400, right? However, we want to start with that list when you're doing your inviting. But make sure you pick the proper date that works for you and don't cancel.
Don't cancel. And when you're putting that list together, you want to don't discriminate on your list. You know, because see, far too often, especially for those of us who have been involved in various different things, you know, you think you know somebody, right? I mean, I know cousin so-and-so, ain't no point in inviting them. You never know what time of day it is for an individual, right? You never know. Guess what? I ain't want to get involved in nothing else you had going on. But you talking about taking trips, I'm down. And then guess what? Cousin Ray Ray or Aunt Susie or Kimberly or whoever the person is might finally, the light bulb might go off because you had them on your list. Or, watch this. What also might happen, you might have a person that then goes and tells somebody else because they don't have the money to get involved, but they know their friend can get involved. And because you invited them out, they participate in your opportunity. Every dud knows a stud. So when you're doing your travel party, you want to invite, unfortunately, the people you may think are duds as well.
And prepare to have multiple events as well, right? One of the things that I think a lot of people do, and they make a mistake, they have one travel party, and then they may not ever have another one, or they wait 3 or 4 months before they have another one. You want to make sure, as you're planning, maybe plan out, you know, plan the first one, because there's a saying in our profession called BAM FAM, which is book a meeting from a meeting, right? So now you want to make sure that you have another scheduled event so that when folks come out, you can say the next event is. And then also the folks who are there, right? There may be some people who actually get started in business with you. So now you want to schedule their event as well from that event. So never forget BAM FAM, book a meeting from a meeting. Back to you.
That's good. That's good. And now, obviously, these things are more in line for us networkers, us who are building. But for you guys who are doing the travel side and you're focusing on that, you still want to have multiple travel parties as well. See, your first party could be a themed party. So in your preparation, maybe your first travel party is going to be about cruises, right? So this particular one, in my preparation, I need to be registered with cruise lines, probably all of them, right? I need to have some brochures and some information, and maybe even put together already, have some groups, room blocks right now, cabin blocks already put together. And so when you're doing this presentation or your travel party, you now have places that people can actually sign up to go. Not trying to get in your business, but when you say, hey, I got a cabin you can get right now for $4.99, all-inclusive, lovely 5-6 day cruise on such and such ship, you'd be surprised how many people pull their credit card out right now to give you a deposit on your on your trip.
And that's one of the things. I've been network marketing a long time. He's been in network marketing a long time. Where travel has, I would say, lacked is there are no gatherings or there are no events to promote the product, right? I've sold health and wellness products before, where literally you get together and you go out and you purchase products from the company. You have those products there, and people can actually partake or consume of those products at that particular event. I've noticed in the travel industry, people don't do that. What Mr. Clifton just shared, if you're a travel agent, you should be having a grand opening, first and foremost.
Absolutely.
One of the first things you want to do, we talked about getting a specialty. So now when your clients or potential clients come over, you can discuss what that specialty is. Hey guys, I'm a Caribbean specialist. So now you'll have some flyers, some brochures, some literature on some Caribbean destinations. Right? Here's Jamaica. Here's what's some stuff? Where's Jamaica? The Caribbean. Right? St. Lucia. Is that the Caribbean? Barbados, right? Some of those places. Y'all know where we at. So you have some literature based on those places, start passing those out and start helping people come up with ideas to putting those events together as a travel professional. Right? And now you're also, when they come out, they're signing up because now that's your list. Absolutely. That's your prospect list that you're now going to send regular information to on a consistent basis. And these are the people who will be booking with you throughout your tenure, throughout your duration as a travel professional.
Absolutely. We're talking massive explosion right here. You gotta think outside of the box. You follow me? I doing all this stuff on social media and using your phone, sending out texts is great, but none of this replaces that live, that one-on-one, that live stuff. It just doesn't replace it. Think about it. I go to church. I don't know about you guys out there, but watching church on TV and actually stepping into the building, two different things, right? Two different experiences, and people are led to make decisions more than likely in those large environments that are beneficial, right? And that's what you want to have. You want to be able to create that kind of environment in your living room or in some conference room based around travel. It's amazing.
Mr. Lillard made a good point. You don't want to do a whole bunch of cooking of food, right?
Don't cook a meal.
Yeah, don't cook a meal. This is more prevalent on the team building side because on that side of the house is more duplication. On the travel agent side, you can have some individuality there, right? You can be a little creative. For example, you may throw a luau, right? A Hawaii theme where you may have some sliced pineapples and, you know, some Hawaii theme kind of
pig
food.
with an apple in his mouth or something, right?
Exactly, right. So you can do that as a travel. You have some freedom and flexibility there as a travel agent. On the team building side, you want to keep it very cut and dry. And water, few snacks, finger food,
chips and dip.
You don't want to go to town. You don't want to be Cletus. You don't want to go to town and have a big spread. You follow me? As a travel agent doing a travel party, you can also do raffles.
Yep.
We have incentives in the back office for IntelliTravel. Do a raffle for someone to win a 3-day 2-night at your travel party, right? And again, you're letting people know we're here. You're a travel agent, not a secret agent.
Absolutely. So now all of this is your preparation. You got the mental stuff down. Listen, I'm not canceling my event no matter what happens, right? Rain, sleet, or snow, we're not canceling. You got your list prepared. You got your theme. If you're a travel agent, you got your theme prepared. You got your literature. If you're the building your team, obviously you're prepared. You know who's going to be doing the presentation. If you're not going to have one of us, if we're not in your area, we can't do the presentation. You need to have someone prepared. You need to be prepared to do it. You need to have what else you need? TV.
Smart TV.
Smart TV, hopefully, where you can get online.
Not a floor model.
Definitely not a floor model. You want to make sure you have at least a laptop with an HDMI cord that you can obviously plug into the TV if you don't have a smart TV where you can go straight online to. You want to make sure you have adequate seats, possibly, right? And know your place. If your place you think is literally too small to host 20, 30 people, and you want to invite 20, 30 people, then what I would suggest is partner with someone else within our organization, someone else in your area, or even use family members, friends that are not in the business. I even offer incentives to people who are not in the business. Listen, I'll give you a 3-day, 2-night vacation if you host a party for me, right?
That's good.
I live in a what they call those one bedroom plus. I live in a studio apartment. I don't want to do a travel party at my house, but your parent doesn't or your cousin doesn't, right? Get them a 3-day, 2-night vacation for hosting a travel party. Now you're inviting your family members and friends, and they even have an incentive to now invite their family members and friends, and they wasn't even really trying to be in the business. They're just helping you out and getting that incentive. So that's real great. Now we can go to the invitation. How are we now going to start inviting these people? And I'm going to say off the bat, the best way to invite a person, if you're not in front of them, is to pick up the phone and call them. I know for whatever reason the phone ends up weighing like 5,000 pounds, but the best thing to do is to pick up that phone and call that person for the invite.
That's so key, man, because people make such a big deal of the invitation. I've even been asked, are there scripts? And I mean, some people provide scripts. I'm sure there's scripts out there. Mr. Cliff is a marketing machine. I'm sure he has some scripts. But think about it. When's the last time you used a script to invite somebody to a barbecue? When's the last time you've used a script to invite somebody to a birthday party? To come to you to church? Right? Hello, Eric. This is Preston. I am having a barbecue next week. Would you like to come to it? Come on, man. No. Just relax. Don't focus on their response, because I always say their response is not your responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the activity you want to get used to. Becoming a professional inviter is something that we do all day, every day. It's a part of what we do. So don't get caught up in what happens at this first one. Are enough people going to show up? Right. Are people going to join? Are people going to be my business partner? Are people going to buy travel from me? Don't be concerned about that. Be concerned about the activity, doing it, because this is a part of becoming a professional. Doing this over and over again. As of today, I showed some of you guys, I just invited somebody today to take a look at we do it all the time. So don't get locked into that one event like my grand opening gotta be it, right? If don't nobody show up, I've had people to cancel because not enough people responded back to you saying that they want to be there. So you're so concerned about failing. The only failure is not having the event. Yeah. That's when you fail, right? Because having a real quick story, my very first event in the industry, I invited several people. I know a lot of folks, right? You think, I used to be in bands.
If you had to guess, how many people you invited?
Probably about 50.
50 people.
At least 50. Maybe even more, but at least 50 for my first event. I'll never forget, 12 people confirmed. And I always joke about it. I'm like, well, I got my disciples, right? At least they're going to show up, Peter, Paul, and all of them, right? And the crazy thing is, the day of, I'll never forget it, my wife and I had rented out, this when I was in the real estate industry. I was a loan officer, she was a real estate agent. We rented out one of the rooms in the real estate brokerage. So we excited, my sponsors were there, they bought all this Popeye chicken. We had big box, like 4 boxes of chicken. I'm expecting 12 people. We need some chicken. That day, man, the phone calls start coming in. I'm not going to be able to make it. You know, my dog committed suicide. I mean, all kind of excuses about why they couldn't show up. One young lady said that she was coming. Matter of fact, I talked to her. She said, I am not far. I'm like around the corner. Still haven't seen her. Right? Never showed up. Right? So at that point, I understand. You feel like, man, I mean, I'm failing. But I learned a lot from that experience, kept going, and, you know, to this day, we're having success.
What's amazing is that some of y'all probably thought that when we throw our travel parties, everybody and their mama show up like we doing it perfect. And
Right.
what's interesting is the first travel party that I threw, same scenario. Now, I don't know if you had a special guest coming out, right? For my travel
I
party,
did.
I had the man next to the man coming out, you know, suited up, 3-piece suit,
Wow.
nice 745 out front, sitting on dubs. You know what I mean? The block was hot that day, right? I just knew I was gonna have a bunch of people showing up. House all nice, smelling good, food good. See, I didn't know at that time I shouldn't cook no food, so I had a
He a
whole
chef,
bunch
for
of
real.
food laid. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff because people told me they was coming. We was prepared. I'm all suited up. My wife looking good. Nobody showed up.
Wow.
Had all that food. Nobody showed up. Disappointed. I was disappointed for about 3 seconds. What I do? I scheduled another travel party for the very next day. The next day, 2 people showed up. So, okay. I scheduled another travel party for 3 days later. 1 person showed up. I kept doing this until we hit the first position within that particular company. But again, you just got to do them. And pick up we got sidetracked, right? You got to pick up the phone to call these people. And because what I did for I don't know about you, for my very first travel party, I didn't call everybody. I was sending out emails and texts because it was easy.
Yeah.
Right? Listen, I got 5,000 names and numbers in my phone, so it was easy to send a text. Send a text. And I got plenty of confirmations from all those texts, but I gave no personal touch to any of it. What I found now, the text messaging is fine if that's the last resort, right? But I call people first to get them to commit to coming. My text message or email, I use those for follow-up and reminding. That's what I do. And it works. But at the end of the day, we're all human. I'm going to have a bad travel party just like everybody else. That's just the nature of the business. But you got to do it. Pick up that phone, call people. I'll give you a tip. Especially if you know the people that you're calling, ask them to bring something small. Listen, bring a bag of ice. In fact, ask everybody to bring a bag of ice. That's probably the cheapest thing someone can bring. About $2 whatever.
Or a case of water.
Or a case of water. That's right around $2-3. Worst case scenario, if everybody you call and invite and bring out some ice, you just got a whole bathtub filled up with ice and water, right? But you got a room full of people. And people feel a little bit more committed to come to your travel party because you say, hey, can you stop and bring a bag of ice on your way? You got enough?
That's good, man. And don't, again, I can't say it enough. Don't be concerned with their response. This is an exercise, right? You're learning how to become a professional inviter. Also, don't think that you have to have the special guest, the director in training, because a lot of people, this is why we're not having enough events, because people are waiting for the leader. You're the leader.
Absolutely.
By doing the event, you're the leader. The person who comes to the event, they don't know what a director is. They don't know what a 3-star, 2-star, 1-star is. So you're focused on trying to impress them instead of doing the system, right? I don't mean to sound like Jesse Jackson, but right? That's what you need to do. So watch this, show the video, right? Show the presentation via video, because it's an exposure. The travel party is an exposure. And every exposure is not going to immediately lead to closure. Understand that too.
You got to say that one again.
Every exposure doesn't immediately lead to closure. It's exposure after exposure after exposure. Most people need to see something anywhere from 7 to 10 times on average before they even partake in whatever you're sharing with them. But the great thing about it is that you're doing it, right? So get out there, and I'm telling you guys, this is how we started in the industry. We may be directors today, but when we first started, we were just people who got involved in the industry, got involved in a particular company, and were just hungry enough to make it happen, whether the person can come or not. I'm telling you guys, if we get this part down right here, and we have several folks doing travel parties here, there, everywhere, because you still can involve us, right? You still, once the travel party is done, put us on live or Skype or FaceTime and bring us into the party, hook it up to the TV, put me on the TV. Hey, how's everybody doing? Right? And we can go there. And imagine we got 16 of those going on around the country simultaneously or even throughout the same week. So come on, guys. We're trying to encourage you and cheer you on to get out here, get it done. Because let me tell you a secret. Not every time that one of us does a presentation, everybody doesn't always sign up. That's not a guarantee.
Never a guarantee.
It would be great, right? It's not a guarantee that because we're there. So let's eliminate that excuse. I remember I was at one event recently, and one of the persons who was there, who was hosting it, she was like, every time you come out, somebody joins. I was like, no, you trying to be slick, right? You trying to be slick really and take it off of yourself and just want me to keep doing it.
Trying to get you keep coming out.
Exactly. You know, stroking the ego and all that good stuff. Thank you. Appreciate it. But no, it's time for all of us to get out here and do these events.
Well, I said, Artif, thank you. Artif just said something real good. Be excited. That is a huge problem that a lot of you guys are having as it pertains to when you are inviting someone. You're inviting them to your travel party, your private business reception, your launch party, but you don't sound excited about it. You don't sound like this is life-changing information that's about to happen. Trust me, your text don't even sound like it's life-changing. And guess what? If that's the case, I'd rather watch something else that's coming on TV that day than get out of my house and drive across town and now come to your travel party because you made it seem like it's boring. There was no excitement. And I talked to a lot of people about this very same thing. So thanks again, Artif, with that one. If you're not excited, what am I getting excited for?
Let's run through a quick dramatization.
Was that word again?
Dramatization.
Dramatization. Okay. So listen, we're gonna dramatize or act out maybe an invitation.
There you go.
Mr. Scott gonna call me and invite me. I'm busy, but he gonna call me and invite me to his travel party or launch party or whatever it is he's having, and hopefully he sounds excited enough for me to want to even show up.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Imagine that this is in my ear, y'all. Ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Never pick up on the first ring.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Eric.
Yo,
What's going on, man?
everything was cracking.
Oh, man, everything good. How you been, bro?
Man, super fantastic.
How the fam, how the wife, how the niece doing?
Everybody chilling. Kids get on my nerves. You know how it is, though.
Of course I know how it is. What's going on at work, man? What you up to?
Man, can't wait to get off.
You at work now? What time you get off?
Man, when the boss let me. Probably about an hour.
I feel you, man. What you got going on this weekend, bro?
Man, same old, nothing, chill.
I can dig it. Hey, listen, I'm having a major event. Friday night, 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I need you at my house, bro. Major event. Listen, here's what we're gonna do. Will you be able to make it? And I got some tell you. First of all, we better make it.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
ain't got
sure?
nothing else going on.
You sure you better make it?
Yeah.
All right, good.
What's it
Friday,
about?
huh?
What's it about?
Come on, man. You know how we roll. I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Listen, major event though. Did I say major event?
Yeah, you said major
Did I
event
say major
like
event?
3 times. It must be major.
Nah, all jokes aside, man. I'm having an event. I got a new project that I'm launching, and I really want you there, bro.
Okay.
I'm excited about it. I think it's something that's going to benefit you and Denise. It's something that's going to help you be in a position with that boss that you're talking to that ain't letting you off.
Right.
Yeah. It's something that's going to bless you, bro. So 7 o'clock, man. I'm gonna follow up with you on Thursday, just to make sure that you still coming. You
Okay.
good? All right.
Sound like a plan.
My man.
All right,
Holla at
talk
you.
to
Peace.
Now, how long did that take? I don't even think that was 2 minutes, y'all. Worst case scenario, I could have said, nah, I ain't available.
Okay.
So what? They ain't hurt my feelings. It's possible I ain't seen or talked to him in years, or even if it was just last week, what difference did it make? That's the attitude you gotta have. We're just going through the numbers.
And I'm just having a conversation. I mean, I'm not really thinking. I'm not sitting there, but okay, what am I gonna say? How do I say it? I'm just talking. Again, that could have been a barbecue. It could have been a bar mitzvah. It could have been whatever, right? I'm just talking in general. Just giving you an invitation, man. I'm having a major event, man.
Somebody said it was 1 minute and 46 seconds. Listen, I like that, because if that was 1 minute, if it took 1 minute and 46 seconds to invite one person, now you as the business professional can take that math and figure out how many people do you need to invite to your travel party, launch party, or whatever to make it successful enough for you. And then now you got an idea as how much time you need to allot so that you can plan for this, right? Because that's another side note. We'll talk about that one day. Most of us don't plan when we're going to do these things. So if you plan, okay, I'm going to need, based on that math, I'm going to need an hour and a half to invite all of these people. Just straight 1 hour and a half, me on the phone, after I get off of work, start calling.
And that's key, man. You need to schedule inviting time. So now, I mean, I'll take 30 minutes and just go down my list. For example, this can work for travel parties. This can work for weekly events. This can work for conference call. This can work for webinars. Let's say I'm ready to invite people to my travel party, which happens to be on a Saturday afternoon, right? I'll take a Tuesday evening, 30 minutes, set 30 minutes aside, and I'm just smiling and dialing. And that's what it's called. I'm smiling down. Boom, I'm calling. So I don't really have time for small talk. I don't have time for you to ask me a bunch of questions because I'm going down my list. I've even said to a person when I can tell they kind of want to continue talking, hey, Eric, man, hey, listen, look, we're going to talk, bro. But let me get through this list. This event is so major, right? I got about 20 or 30 people that I got to call after I call you because it's going to be packed out. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably give you a call tomorrow. I got to finish the rest of these invites.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
So
that's the posture that he's taking. He's taking control of the conversation and presenting himself in such a fashion that I don't have time for anything else. Even if I wanted to ask a question, he's already let me know he don't even got time to entertain it. I'm like, hey man, what's it about? Hey man, look, you know I'm gonna tell you. But if I'm presenting myself as I'm busy, I'm professional, and I'm excited about what we're talking about, I have no choice but to respect that. But now, right, let's get right back into the invite. We talked about how your posture should be. We talked about the fact that you should pick up the daggone phone and call these people. We also talked about you can use your cell phone if that's the last resort. You got to text somebody. I understand that every now and again that's something you might feel like you have to do. But if you're going to do the text message thing, my recommendation, if you're text messaging, sending an email, or inboxing someone, if you're going to do it that way first, which I don't recommend, but if you're going to do it that way first, at least get that person's attention first. So your first message should be a, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Get their attention first. Don't just start texting them you want to say and sending them your information, date and time, and you done gave them all the kit and caboodle without getting a commitment. Find out what they're doing. Hey, you busy? You got a second? And I wait for a response. I'm going to send them that text message or that email. Hey, you busy? Or you free? You got a second? I'll wait for a response. They usually will respond back in a few minutes and say, yeah, what's up? Now that I got their attention, we're dialoguing now. Now I'm going to ask them, hey man, are you free Friday evening at 7? You free Thursday at 7:30? Saturday at 5? I want to find out now, are you free? That's my next question. I ask you what's up. Now I want to see if you're free. If they tell me they're not free, guess what? Probably not going to invite them to your travel party. But oftentimes, we so excited and got so much zeal that we're going to invite them anyway and start. Nah, I'm not inviting you. You just told me you're not free, right? I'll come to you later. But if you're free, then now I can respond, listen, I need a huge favor. If you're free, I need a really huge favor from you on this day at this time. You already told me you was free. So now I send that message. I'm waiting for a response. Okay, what's the huge favor? Now they want to know the huge favor. They told me they're free. Now I'm inviting them. Now I'm letting them know I have a major event this Saturday. I have whatever extra adjectives you want to use to describe your major event, but now you're inviting them. And then I'm going to finish that invitation with, so if I give you the address, will you attend? I'm not giving you the address if you ain't told me that you're coming. And this is for you guys that have to do it through text or email or social media, right? If I give you the address, will you attend? Right? You got to make this special, exciting, and exclusive. You're not getting the information. Oh, no, you busy? Okay, well, tell you what, I'll call you back later. Because in my mind, I'm having another event. There's another way that this person can be exposed, whether it be via video later on, webinar, or one of our conference calls. But I'm going to pull back that information from that person that told me they were busy. They still want to know what I got going on. But because you told me first that you was busy on Saturday or Friday or whenever the day was, well, you know what, man, you busy. I'm going to call you back later. I was hoping you was going to be available, but since you're not, I'll call you back later, and maybe the next time I got something going on like I got right now, you'll be available. I'm gone. And I've done that, and people have called me back. Hey, man, my plans have changed. What you got going on Saturday? If you got to go that route, you can go that route. But the best way to do it is to pick up that phone. So,
because what we have, we got the goods. What we have is the value.
Right.
So before I give you what's valuable, you need to give me that commitment.
Yes.
Ladies, say amen. Right? Before I give you what's valuable, you got to give me that commitment.
Yeah, put a ring on it.
Ladies, say amen, right? Y'all follow me. So, and there's a couple of thought processes here, if you will. Some folks like to have people come over not fully knowing what it is. And you may get more people to do that. I like to give them an idea. So it's almost like Mr. Clifton talks about sorting, right? So I'll say I'm having a private business reception or a travel business reception. I don't like to say travel party because I think that it kind of can open up a door for them to come out, be late. It's going to be something they're going to have fun at, right? So that's just me. You get what's your flavor? There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just kind of give you guys some options. So you can say I'm having a major event. That kind of is the element of surprise. Right. You can say I'm having a travel business reception. They'll know it's business, it's travel. You can say I'm having a private business reception. They know it's business. They don't know what kind of business it is. You can say travel party. If you're that people type, if you will. If that's your personality trait, you may be more comfortable with that. So don't try to, man, how are you doing it? Just do it. What did Art Williams say? Just do it. Just do it. Right? And what I always tell you guys, make mistakes. If you do it this way and you get this return, try it a different way this time. I've done it several ways, and now there's a way that I like doing it most, which is private business reception, travel business reception, having a major event, having a business reception. Man, I want you to come out, because now I don't care. For me, if I say I'm having an event and 30 people come out, that's great. But if I say private business reception and 2 people come out, to me that's better. Absolutely. Because those 2 people are interested in a business. If I say travel business reception, 1 person show up, that 1 person is interested in a travel business. But that's me. I like to sift and to sort.
And look, while we're thinking about that, them numbers, don't think, especially for you guys who are local, when you have your, you got one of us coming across town to do your reception or to present. Don't think you are saving us gas by canceling because you only got 1 person. I'm coming across town for the 1 person. I'll drive from here to Ohio for the 1 person. It's far deeper than what you may be thinking. You're prepared to cancel. No, the lesson is not in you canceling. It's far deeper than that.
Yes.
So we coming across town for it. Will we prefer the fact that a lot of people showed up? Yes. But we're coming across town if one person show up. If nobody shows up, we're coming across town. There are two lessons being taught. One, the mental, my mental state, because I need to know that I'm the go-getter I say I am. I need that road trip for me.
That's good.
But then you, same way, the business person, you need that mental stability, that mental foundation that, you know what, I'm gonna throw this travel party come hell or high water. Anyway. Right? So you're doing it in expectant that, you know what, I'm expecting him to come. I'm expecting these people to show up. I don't care how many people have canceled. And we've said this 3 and 4 and 5, 6 times, and the reason we're doing it because too many times people are canceling. The worst travel party you can have is the one you don't have. It's just that simple.
That's good.
Right? Have the travel party. Screw it up. Do it on your own. Right? If you're worried about that. But at the end of the day, just do it. We can move on. Now that you got your travel party, the doors are open. We're going to talk about some etiquette, some things that you need to be doing throughout the course of the business reception or travel party. We're going to start with the networking side, the business professional side. We already told you don't have 5,000 items and things like that for people to eat. You want to have people sitting down. You want to have some soft music playing. You want to have soft, what's the word for that type of music? I don't know. You don't want to have the turned up music.
Yeah, make it neutral. Keep it neutral.
Keep it neutral. That's a good one. Because the dead silence is crazy. You don't want that. But you want to have some soft, neutral music, maybe some jazz or that elevator type stuff. I know you don't like it. Those of you all don't like it. But again, it's not about you. It's about your business. What else we need to have?
The thought process too is understanding that you're going to start your party or event at 7 and knowing that the presentation is at 7:30. So there's always a 30-minute gap there. Okay?
Registration time.
Registration is at 7. Here's a word that I use that doesn't have a lot of pushback: showcase. Registration at 7, showcase is at 7:30, right? You can say presentation, again, whatever your flavor. Don't get caught up on that. Say something, say Shazam, right? Whatever you're gonna say. Registration at 7, 7:30. A good thing to do, because some people are gonna get there at 6:45. Like me, I'm a type of person, I'm gonna get there early. So now I'm there at 6:45, and you're not starting this thing till 7:30. This is a great way to now maybe have some door prizes, right? Have something special for those folks who get there early so they can feel like, man, I did get here early, but I got this, right? I've even done some things like, man, maybe even giving them some of those incentives. We have spa incentives. We have more than just the 3-day 2-night. Maybe give them a spa or a golf incentive for getting there early. Gas cards. I've even done $10 gas cards or $5 gas cards. Don't go broke doing it, right? Somebody would appreciate a $5 or $10 gas card. I know I would. Give something out to that first person that came out. So now you got it. You got the music playing. Try to have some upbeat, up-tempo, neutral music, right? Get people in the mood or whatever the case may be. Have folks sitting down. You got your music. You got your sign-in sheet. Make sure you want that person's name, their email address, right? On that sign-in sheet, their phone number preferably, because now that's your beginning to expand your contact list, right? So now, at that point, we get ready to start this travel party.
Getting ready to start that travel party. Hey, real quick, if y'all still watching this and you liking what you see, give us some likes or some hearts or show us some love. Let us know what's going on. I'm going to address some of these questions since we're going to be at ATL. We may have to arrange for one of us to do a video call. Absolutely, we will speak to all of your guests if you arrange that video party. Who else said something? This is Mr. Wright. Will we come to Florida? We'll come to Florida for a travel party. Absolutely. I'm not driving to Florida for a travel party, but I will definitely come to Florida for a travel party. And hold up, just thought about it. Mr. Wright, he got jokes. This is the guy who gave me my very first presentation in network marketing back in '99 or 2000.
I was wondering what she was talking about. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah, so he
Okay.
big jokes guy. No, I'm not coming to Florida for the travel party. Okay. We appreciate the love. So travel party, which is
It's time for me to call and remind you. What I do?
remind you to get confirmation.
Yeah,
I
my
don't know
bad.
what you just did.
I just messed up our viewing station.
We back. So now when the travel party gets started, obviously someone has to be, whoever throwing the party is going to be the one to now let the guests know the house rules. Cut your cell phones off, right? Introduce yourself. Brief, maybe about 60 seconds. 60 seconds talking about yourself, why you felt this opportunity just made sense, right? And then either you're going to next introduce a speaker or you're going to play the daggone video.
So it's your name, your background, your rank, and your why. Your name, your background, your rank, and your why. So it goes pretty much like this. My name is Preston Scott. I'm a private contractor with United States Air Force. I'm a 3-star director with this company. I'm in this business simply because I'm looking for alternate ways to earn multiple streams of income so that my family never has to work or struggle or starve in ways that I've done in the past.
Woo! Did y'all hear that? Watch it. Say that again.
Hi! My name is Preston Scott. I own a mansion and a yacht. Hold on. That's Elmer Fudd, right? Right. All right. Name, background, rank, and why, right? My name is Preston Scott. I'm a contractor, private contractor with the United States Air Force. I'm a 3-star director with this company here. And my why, I'm doing this simply because I want to have alternate opportunities and multiple streams of income by which my family would never have to struggle, never have to go through some of the things that I've gone through in life. That's why we're doing this. So thank you for coming out. Sit back, relax, watch this short video. After the video, we're going to do a few Q&A, right? Questions and answers, and get everything done, and we'll be done. Thank you guys for coming out.
Now look,
Press play.
if you didn't get no notes on that, you can play this video over and over and over again till you get it. That's really quite simple, right? Then you, especially if you're just going to press the play button afterwards. How simple is that to now play the video? Some of you guys, your business isn't going because you're scared to hit play on the video. Just hit play. Shout out to Cheryl Campbell that's on our team. She's not scared to hit play. She done bought herself a little laptop going all over the place and sit down. She taking travel parties, 2 people. She'll sit down with 2 people and just hit play because it's just
And
that
people
simple.
signing up.
And they're
They sign
signing up. I'm leaving that out. She didn't hit Gold Builder because that's what she's doing. We told her, listen, and we said to all of you guys, if you really want to be successful, matter of fact, Mr. Wright, Kiwana, if he's looking, Mr. Wright told me this a long time ago. If you want to be successful and make this money, you're going to have to get in front of the room, Clifton. And I was like, man, I don't want to get in front of the room.
Well,
And he said it again. If you want to be successful, Clifton, you're going to have to get in front of the room.
in front of the room.
Now watch this. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it.
He didn't want to do it.
But I was watching them checks that he was getting week after week after week.
Well,
And I was like, man, the man is telling me why he's cashing these checks. If I want the same checks, I got to get in front of this room.
I want that check.
I now got to get past my own stinking thinking and follow suit, right? So I follow suit literally. I started buying some suits. I need some suits. Now he got suits and he in front of the room, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, our opportunity has things in place to make it simple. And this part of the process right here is really simple. You guys hit the play button.
And for some of you who want to do the stand-up presentation, do that, right? If you want to learn how to do the stand-up presentation, get with us. We want to help you. I've done stand-up presentation and I've completely screwed them up. You know what I mean? Because that's not the point. Again, this is about being active. Now, how do we close the room out after the presentation is done?
Okay. Now, if you were doing the stand-up presentation and it was you by yourself and you just finished it, obviously you're going to close the presentation to 3 types of people. And I believe we got it, little thing the other way now. So number 3 is a person that is not interested, right?
Correct.
So number 3 is a person that's not interested. Number 2 is a person that is interested but has questions. And number 1 is a person that's just ready to get started. That's our close. It's really simple. I need you to, everybody who just got finished watching the video, I need you to now identify yourself as a person number 1, 2, or 3. And then you simply explain what those are and then allow them to let you know whether or not they're 1, 2, or 3. And for the people who have questions, this is the perfect time to get them on the phone with one of us right away. Or get them on the phone with whoever you have on standby as the person that's going to be able to answer your questions. Because it doesn't have to be a director. It doesn't have to be a director and trainer, gold builder. It could be a bronze builder. Matter of fact, it could be a person that just has one person. If that person can answer a few questions, right? That person got some industry experience, but at the end of the day, you guys, we're networking. This is another reason why you guys should network with some of your other peers within the industry. This is a reason why you guys should come to, I'm going somewhere else. This is a reason why you guys should make these weekly meetings,
You're going somewhere.
these major events, these hot Saturdays, the super Saturdays, and these major conferences. Because guess what? If Mr. Scott, who's our immediate director, is not available, because I attend these meetings and these conferences, I have access and I have built rapport with other directors, other leaders in the industry that are now, I can consider them my friends or associates, and they're more than willing to do a 3-way for us. Because guess what? That's just a part of the business. If I help people succeed in life, I'll succeed. And it doesn't say that I have to help someone succeed that's in my business. So we should be networking with everybody. But back to the close. That's one way that you're going to close the opportunity.
I recommend you have some applications.
Definitely.
Paper applications. So those of you who are number 1, we have a way for you to go ahead and get started. Who are your number 1s? Give them an application. Get them going. If you can get the number 3s out, I would prefer you can. Right? Don't be rude and say, "Oh, you ain't joining? Get the hell out." No, we ain't saying do that. Even though you be wanting to do that sometimes. But hey, if you're number 3, thank you so much for coming out. This concludes this portion for you. Hey, we appreciate it. We have your information, right? We can send you some information on vacations and things of that nature and kind of keep you in the loop. You're number 2. Go ahead and relax where you are. We're going to get your questions answered immediately by a professional. Those of you who are number 1s, we have some applications. We're going to go ahead and get you started immediately and give you some of those top positions that we discussed or you saw in the video.
Watch this. And now, if you have the ability to, if you have the space or if it's set up, put your refreshments in another room, right?
Ooh.
And I love anytime I have the opportunity to do this, because now the number 3s who aren't interested, we have some refreshments for you around the corner.
That's good.
Or upstairs. Go on upstairs.
Get out.
Some refreshments for you. And then we sit here and then we deal with everybody else. So if you have space enough to do that, we definitely recommend taking advantage of that.
Q&A.
Q&A?
So, it's basically, we pretty much done. So we wanted to go over that for you guys. The bottom line is, do a travel party. Do a private business reception. Don't be concerned whether or not who's there, who's not there. Get out there and mess it up.
Mess it up.
Those of you who are saying, I really want to be director, I want to be a gold builder, I want to be a director and trainer, I want to be 20-20, 60-60, 40-40, I want to be 1 star. These are some of the things that it takes. Yes, it's hard work. Yes, it can be frustrating, but it's so worth it. And it feels so good
It's rewarding.
every Friday and every 15th of the month. And and the 1st of the month as well. We get 2 bonuses. Isn't that right? My goodness.
Absolutely.
It
Love
feels
those
so
checks.
good.